Hello, beautiful people. Welcome to Vab Fashion's YouTube channel. My name is Eunice. In this video, we're going to be learning how to neatly sew a staircase neckline. So you can see the neckline is actually a staircase neckline. So this is my armhole princess bustier, and I've already gone ahead to pad up my centerpiece and my side pieces. I applied hairstay to it, and here is my lining. I've applied paper stay to my lining to all the three pieces. So now the next thing I want to do is to bring in my gum stay. I actually decided to show us the video of how I achieved this after I had already cut the neckline. So I'm going to take my time and explain it, and we'll understand how I came about the neckline. So here is my gum stay, and it's a medium weight gum stay. It is fusible. I'll be applying it to the wrong side of my lining. Of course, now my lining has a wrong side because the side with the paper stay is now the wrong side. I hope you understand what I'm trying to say. So I've gone ahead to fold over my gum stay. So I'm just going to trace out the neckline like this. So you want to make sure that this is well folded, and then we'll go ahead and trace out the neckline, because I'll be applying this gum stay to the neckline to help the neckline stand well. Remember that it has sharp corners, you can see, so that it doesn't fall, and this gum stay will actually give it that weight it needs so that it can stand well. So this is me just going ahead to cut the neckline out following the shape. So what I did is I used a neck width of 5 inches, as you can see, and then can see I went down from the 5 inches. I went down by 1.5, came out by 1.5, went down by 1.5, came out by 1.5 till I got to the last step. I hope we understand that. So I said I used the neck width of 5 inches. So at that 5 inches mark, I went down by 1.5. So at the 1.5, I now went in by 1.5. That's to create the first staircase. Then again, I went down by 1.5 and then came in also by 1.5. So that was how I got to the last step, which you can see that the base of my staircase is wider. So this is me just shaping the gum stay to just achieve that shape. That's just the same way we cut our facing for our outfits. So now we are done with the gum stay part. So I'm just going to keep it aside now and show us how to attach it or iron it to the neckline. So you want to make sure that you are placing the side with the fuse, that's with the gum, on the wrong side of the fabric. You see? So I just want to align the neckline. Then I'll use my steam iron to press it down. So I'm done pressing my gum stay to the neckline. You see, and it's sitting all nice. I also trimmed out the excesses. So the next thing I want to do now is to mark 1/2 inch round the neckline. So take note of the way I'm placing my tape, and I'm marking my 1/2 inch round the neckline. You see, so I'll turn it over at that side and mark 1/2 inch. So I'm going to make sure to mark this round and do it on the other side also. So I'm done marking my points. So now this is me using my straight ruler to connect the points. So you want to make sure you do this carefully. When you mark this point to make your stitches accurate, you don't want to have any crooked stitch so that the neckline can come out well. So I'm going to repeat the same thing on the other side. Make sure to mark it out and make sure that everything is really straight. So I'll do that on the other side and show us what to do. So here we are. I'm done connecting the 1/2 inch points together. You can see my lines came out really well. So this is what you should do when you're doing yours. So now it's time for us to join our bustier together. So I'm going to be joining fabric to fabric, lining to lining. So our area of concentration in this video is on the neckline. So just in case you don't know how to cut and sew an armhole princess bustier. I'll be dropping the link in the description box. I've done several videos on how to achieve this. So today our area of concentration is on the neck staircase neckline. So here, as you can see, I'm done with my armhole princess bustier. I've given it a good press. So I went ahead to place the lining on top of the main fabric. So I placed it right side of the lining, facing the right side of the fabric. And this is me going ahead to pin the neckline. That's to pin it down. You want to work with pins. You don't want any point to shift. So once I'm done pinning it, I'll show us the next thing to do. So go to our sewing machine and sew this neckline. So can you see, just describing to us how we're going to sew it. I'll be showing us how to sew it step by step on the machine. So now we can start sewing our staircase neckline. So this is what we're going to do. You start sewing, make sure that you fortify at the beginning, which is back stitching. So now I will sew to that corner. Once you reach the sharp bend there, you will stop. Make sure that your needle is down, just like you can see me doing, and then turn your fabric over. So can you see? I stopped at that point, turned it over. I made sure that my needle is down. The needle has to be holding the fabric. Don't allow your needle to be up. So can you see? I stopped at that point, lifted it up, my needle holding my fabric down. Can you see? So you want to just continue doing this carefully. You get to the sharp corner or the sharp bend, make sure your needle is down, lift up your fabric, that's lift up the presser foot and then turn over your fabric like you can see me doing. So you sew. When you get to the sharp bend, make sure that your needle is down. Let the needle be down, holding the fabric. Then you turn over. And you see, you don't want to make any mistake. You don't want your needle to be up. If your needle is up, you're going to miss the point at that sharp bend. So you just want to carefully do this. So you can see that from my stitches, I don't have any crooked stitch. I'm following my lines exactly the way I drew them, and then my needle is down, so no point will be missed. So your needle has to be down, then you turn your fabric over and continue sewing. So it is that simple. So it's just a very simple way of sewing sharp points. It is applicable to all sharp points. Just make sure that your needle is down and then raise your presser foot and turn your fabric over to the direction you want to sew. So I hope we understand this. So you can see I fortified at the end of it all. So after sewing and staircase neckline, the next thing we want to go ahead and do is to notch all the sharp points. You want to make sure that you do this carefully. You need to notch really deep and close to your seam, but be careful not to cut your seam line. That's your thread. If you cut it, of course, you have ruined the whole process. So you want to be very careful. Can you see how close I cut? But I didn't cut my seam line. So I will advise that if you don't know how to hold your scissors properly, please use the tip of your scissors. So that way you won't mistakenly cut this. It's just that sometimes the scissors, using the inner part of the scissors, actually gives you a more effective cutting. But for someone that is just trying it for the first time or that is not used to it, I will advise that you use the tip of your scissors. The inner part can easily overcut, and that way the job is as good as zero. I hope you understand. So if you know how to use the inner part of your scissors, please feel free to use it. Okay, so I've notched all my points. So this is what I'll be doing. Can you see the other part? That's the inner part now. Can you see the staircase has two sides? So those sides that are out, the outer part, the parts I came out, I'm notching those parts. That's I'm trimming out the excess I have there. Can you see how I'm cutting them out? So that when I turn in my fabric or when I turn out my fabric, those places will be really relaxed. You don't want to have any bulk around there. So what am I trying to say? That the down part of the staircase just have notches. I didn't trim them out, but you can see that part I'm holding. I trimmed it out so that I can have my staircase come out really sharp at those points. So that's why I went ahead to trim those parts out. So that's it. So once I push out everything, I turn out everything, I'll take it to my ironing table and then we'll press it and see what we have. So you can see you need to hold those points and then push it out. Can you see how I'm holding it and pushing it out? You want to make sure that your finger helps you to push out that part. So just hold it and then push it out. You see? So this is what we have. So now it's time for us to go to our ironing table so that we can press this neckline and see what we have. So you want to make sure that you are using your steam iron to press it. Even if you're not using a steam iron, just sprinkle water. This will actually allow you to have a more relaxed look. So I'm going to press it and then I'll show us the final outcome of this. So just make sure that you arrange every point well. It will come out really beautiful. So after pressing my neckline, this is what we have. It came out really beautiful. The staircase is giving. So we have come to the end of this video. If you enjoyed this video, please like this video, share with your friends, and don't forget to subscribe to my channel. Also put on your notification bell so that I get notified once I post a new video. Thank you for watching. See you in my next video. Bye.